Hi guys, it's your boy Duruoha. So welcome back. This is OpenArchivesofHeaven. So a while ago, a friend of mine showed me this weird, funny picture. Funny at that time. So yeah, that's the picture. So, at that time, it was like, God forbid, how can you do this or something like that? But now, coronavirus is everywhere, and depending on where you are, you might be under lockdown, or the lockdown will soon end, or something around that, hemisphere, and everybody's scared. And the question on everybody's mind is, how do we live now? Like, how do we go to school? How do we go to work? When this lockdown ends, if it continues, how do we survive? How do we live now? So, we're going to try and answer that through the Bible. Let's find out what the Bible says. How about that? Hold the intro. Yes. So I'm back again, and still your boy Tim Lane. So, and this is OpenArchivesofHeaven. So last time we talked about what God is doing through this coronavirus period, and how there's a purposefulness to this period. Now it's not just suffering or pain. It's something that God is really doing, and we should key into that. And today we're going to be answering the big question, which is on everybody's mind, but I don't think anyone really has an answer to. How do we live now? Like, what's going to be the new normal? But before we go on to answer the question, subscribe. Yes, please subscribe. You love this content, it blesses you. Subscribe, and share. Get it out there. Love saying that. Anyway, so first thing we need to understand is we need to trust God in this period. That's the truth. We need to trust God. Yeah, so John 16:33. These things have I spoken unto you, that in me ye might have peace. In the world we shall have tribulation, but be of good cheer, and overcome the world. This is Jesus talking, and he's talking to the disciples, and he's saying, hey, I'm sending you out to preach the gospel, but hey, you're gonna face challenges, but be of good cheer, be happy. Why? Because I've overcome the world, and I'm on top of it all. That's just what he's trying to say. Like, no matter what you're facing, I'm on top of it. So how does this beg to, how does this apply to us? The question on anybody's mind when I say trust God is, why or how can I trust a God that will allow something like this to happen? Well, the truth is, in your little sphere of life, all you can see is now. All you can see is the present. All you can really see, in fact, is your own life. So what am I saying? What I'm saying is that in the last video we established how that there is something that God is doing through this coronavirus period. And one thing that we have to understand is the limit on our own part, which is that we only see in parts. All we see is now, and that's it. All we see is our own spheres of life, and that's it. So nobody could have told, could have said last year that this was going to happen in 2020, but hey, here we are. So the only thing we can then do is to trust the person that sees the bigger picture, the person that can see it all, the person that does not just see now, but sees tomorrow and the day after and the year after that. Because when we trust him, and the confidence lies upon us that, hey, he's on top of it all. So the next point is that we need to spend more time praying and studying the word. And yeah. You know how in the last video we said that God wants us to draw closer to him in this period. And well, how we do that is what we've always known. Read your Bible, pray every day. I'm not going to sing, please. I'm not going to sing. But really, that's how we get closer to God. Acts 6:4. It says, but we give ourselves continually to prayer and to the ministry of the word. That's what's going on here. So the apostles, Acts, they just won over 8,000 souls, and the church was really growing in this period. And there came a dispute, between the Grecians in the church, like the Greek people, the Greek believers, and some, Hebrew believers. And there was this disagreement on, sharing of food and everything. And you know what happened? The disciples were like, okay, we understand that this problem is out there, but we are not going to focus on it. What we are going to do is we're going to appoint some people to do that while we focus on what we've been called to do. Whoa! That was so unnecessary. But really, what happened there was that there was something going on in the world. Something happening, in fact, in the church. But the disciples decided not to focus on that, but focus on what they've been called to do. On this channel, we've established different times on what we've been called to do as Christians, which is to know God, draw closer to Him. And so, as much as this coronavirus period is happening around and everywhere, it's important that we focus on what we've been called to do as Christians, which is get closer to God and continually study His Word and stay in the place of prayer. The doctors are out there, the health workers are out there, the security officials are out there, and they are doing their own job. And yes, you too have the chance to connect to God, but you're not going to solve the coronavirus issue by looking at every single update or possible issue that comes up. No, the best you can do is focus on what God has called you to, which is to get closer to Him in the place of prayer and study of the Word. The next thing we need to do is do not put pressure on yourselves. Yeah, there's the question, how do we live now? What do we do with this? But really, you don't have to put any pressure on yourself. Let's look at the Bible. John 14:27. Peace I leave with you, my peace I give unto you, not as the world giveth, give I unto you. And that says this is a very beautiful part. He says, let not your heart be troubled, neither let it be afraid. And I know we mostly look at the peace I give unto you part. But look at the next part and what Jesus says. He says, let not. So you have a choice. That is, whether we be scared, whether we be afraid, the choice is in our hands. You can choose how you feel. You can choose how you want to respond to this time. And so as much as you see this many opportunities coming around, online courses, skills here and there, do not put pressure on yourself. Sure, it's good to get involved in all of that, but don't put pressure on yourself. Don't think, after this period, there's going to be inflation and, economic depression and so many things are going to happen. So how will we survive? Don't put that pressure on yourself. If you follow the first point, which is trust in God, then you will be fine. And just do what He has called you to do, which is get closer to Him in these times. And hey, everything will work out. Now, the next point is we need to look to show more love in this period. Yeah, we need to look to show more love, to be more giving in this period. Let's look at the Bible. So, book of Acts again, Acts 4:32. And the multitude of them that believed were of one heart and of one soul. Neither said any of them that out of the things which he possessed was his own, but they had all things common. What's happening here? So this is when the church is just being built in the book of Acts, and you can see a form of union among them. Nobody said anything he had, like anything that he actually brought with him was his own. They all shared everything. And that's how they survived those trying times at the beginning of the growth of the gospel. Like, that's how they survived, that union they had. And that's what we need to have, not just as a church, but as people in this time. We need to unite more than ever. We need to, show love. Check out on that friend. There's WhatsApp, there's Twitter, there's everything. Check up on that friend, say hi to someone. Nobody should feel lonely in this period. Help someone out. That neighbor, that gate man, someone, just show some love in this period. Yes, everybody is going through hard times. Yes, everybody is scared. Yes, everybody is trying to preserve themselves. But should I tell you something? He just said something which is very, very funny. He says, hey, the world tells you that if you want to be happy, you should, take care of yourself. But I'm going to tell you something different. If you really, really want to be happy, take care of others. And that's how it works. True joy comes when we express God's love. When we express God's love. Now, final thing I need to say is, after I've said all these things, and after you made up your mind, I'm going to trust God in this period. Why? Because God knows the future, and I don't. I'm going to study the Word and get closer, because really that's what I'm called to do, coronavirus or not. And I'm not going to put any pressure on myself. I'm going to take things at the pace of the Holy Spirit. And you're saying, hey, I'm going to show more love in these times. I'm going to give. I'm going to check up on my friends. I'm going to choose to be happier by making others happy. One thing you also need to know is you need to stay safe. Like, obviously. But really, we need to stay safe in this period. Lockdown or no lockdown, coronavirus is still out there. And you need to get your face masks. You need to get your gloves. Stay safe, really. Stay safe. Don't. And finally, although I've said all this on how we should live in this period and really survive in this period, one thing that needs to be said is that there is hope. There is hope. And I know it doesn't seem like it. Cases seem to be increasing, in fact, soaring every day, but there is hope. You know, one day we're going to wake up and all this is going to be behind us. And all we have to do is trust God for it and just continue doing what He's asked us to do. So, that's it. We're done. So yeah, I'm still Timberlake. And please, if you have questions, drop your questions in the comment section. Yeah. Follow us on IG at UH_connect. Yeah. And yes, please subscribe. I said it already. Subscribe and share. Get it out there. Like, share, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.